Now let's see how we did with this one, figuring out which trig function to use. All right, so we know here's our angle theta. We know the adjacent side. Oops. That's the adjacent side because it's next to the angle. And of course, opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. So now who uses adjacent and hypotenuse? That's cosine. So cosine theta is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Let's substitute. So there's our equation. That's going to be our setup. Now let's substitute for our known measures. We know the adjacent side, that's 4, and we know the hypotenuse, that's 20. Now we could reduce this, but I have a little note for you for your notes, and that is when you're writing a trig ratio, you must reduce. When you're solving for an angle, reducing is optional. So it doesn't matter if I leave this as 4/20ths or I change this, reduce this to 1/5. I'm going to get the same answer either way. But if you're writing a trig ratio, it is customary to always put that in reduced form. All right, so we wouldn't say the cosine theta is 4/20ths. We would say cosine theta is 1/5. All right, but if we're solving for an angle, it doesn't matter. All right, so now we need to do the inverse of cosine, which is arccos. Right, if we take the arccos of both sides, arccos and cosine cancel. We're left with theta. So theta is arccos of 1/5. Now, the nice thing about changing 4/20ths to 1/5, I know exactly what 1/5 is. As a decimal, that's 0.2. Right? Exactly 0.2. So now this is sine, this is cosine, and this is tangent. Let's get as close as we can to 0.2. Right? So going to be in between 78 and 79, right? But I think, let's see, we're 0.92 away. So we're a little bit closer to 78. Just a little bit closer. So I think we're about a little bit closer to 78 there. Not much. You probably, if you're like that, like, ooh, we're like almost halfway. We might want to just say 78.5, right? I'll put 78 on this one. So theta is 78 degrees, and this is with the table. Now let's use the calculator. Right, so let me grab that calculator again. Right, so we have, and we can just put 0.2. 0.2, and then arccos. Like I said, you might want to put 78.5. Look at that, we are 78.46 degrees, very close to 78.5. But either answer is okay with me. The calculator answer or the table answer. Let's get our value here. 78.4. What was the last decimal? Was it 43? No, 46. 463 degrees. And there we go. Another one is done. All right, so thanks for helping me out. All right, and we'll see another problem momentarily. All right, bye for now.